Joe Rogan and so many other people are completely wrong about bears. To be scared of them is one thing, but to think that their sole mission is to attack you and kill you is completely absurd. In this video, I'm going to give you the truth about bears.
She will bluff. I've done this 2 or 3 times with her. So if you guys make sure, shoot down the barrel right at her. She's going to come in about another 5 steps and she's going to bounce at me. Okay, be ready for it. Okay, see? What are you doing?
Before we go any further, I want to introduce myself. My name is Kris Luckenbach. I'm a photographer and videographer here in beautiful Kodiak, Alaska, home to the world's largest brown bear species. I want to preface this video by letting you guys know that bears and all wildlife are, like they say, completely wild. And at the end of the day, they can be unpredictable. But living here in Kodiak, Alaska for 6 years, I've learned a lot about brown bears. And I wanted to share some information with you and debunk some common myths about bears that I believe can change your perspective on these beasts of animals. There's always that one rare case where you say, my friend did this, or this happened to my one friend. If it didn't happen to you, you can't believe it. A lot of people exaggerate these kind of things, but let's get into some myths right now. Are all bears aggressive? Well, in this video, we're only going to talk about brown bears for simplicity's sakes. And here in Kodiak, Alaska, we have brown bears. They are different than grizzly bears. Are they both the same subspecies? Yes, they're both brown. Yes. The big difference between a brown bear and a grizzly bear is brown bears are coastal. So Kodiak, Alaska, Katmai, Alaska, anywhere where they have a good food source, such as a large fish run or clams or grass that they can eat. Grizzly bears are more interior, Yellowstone, up in northern Alaska like Denali National Park. They have limited food source and they are more likely to be the aggressive bears, and that is because their food relies on the environment, such as other moose and other animals. They've chased and kill a lot of different animals because they don't have the unlimited salmon run that we have here in Kodiak or in Katmai or anywhere along a coastal area with large rivers that produce a lot of salmon. So with that being said, if you're more interior, just know that you might be at a bigger risk. Now for my favorite debate, a gun or bear spray? Well, here I have bear spray and you don't see a gun on me. I do have a couple bear guns that I have, but I don't ever really carry them unless I am by myself and I know I'm going to be hiking solo. And I think that the bear spray is really all you need, especially if you're in a group of more than 2. Bear attacks are extremely unlikely in groups when people are huddled together, as bears find that more intimidating. Gun versus bear spray is a debate that is never gonna win because some people just don't understand the difference on what they can do. A bear spray in the wind might not be effective. A gun against a bear, especially a handgun, might not be effective because if you damage a bear and it's not going to kill them, well, now they're going to be a little more aggressive. Or if you do kill them and they're running at you, they might land on you, they might roll over you. Experts say to just fire a warning shot at them. The noise should deter them if you feel like it's extremely windy where the bear spray is not going to work. But this stuff is pretty strong and it has to be really windy, I think, for the bear spray to not be effective. If the wind is coming back in your face, you definitely want to think twice about spraying. I'm going to give you some tips later on how to stand your ground against a brown bear. Here in Kodiak, Alaska, there have been cases where a 300 Win Mag has taken 5 to 10 rounds to take down a bear completely. A lot of times what they'll do when they're hunting bears is get a shot in and then someone else will get a follow-up shot. to make sure that it's taken down. The issue with shooting a bear is, like I said, it might not break them down right away. So if a 300 Win Mag is struggling to take down a bear, a Glock 20 with 10mm rounds probably isn't going to be effective. When the adrenaline is pumping and that bear is running towards you, you are likely not going to hit some vital kill shots for that bear, and it's just going to make things even worse than it could have been. You know, a lot of people will say, oh, the bear charged me, but I need you guys to know the difference between a full charge and a bluff. A charge is when a bear makes contact with you. That means it scratched you, it bit you, it got you. That's a full charge. Bears will bluff you, and they will bluff you often. A bluff is basically a charge like that, where they kind of go towards you, but they don't full on go after you. If a bear bluffs you multiple times, that is when bear spray is going to be effective. That's when you want to use your bear deterrent. If that isn't working and your life truly feels like it's in danger, then you might want to take some more lethal approaches. But seriously, guys, bears will likely leave you alone if you stand your ground. When a bear bluffs you, you stand your ground like that. A lot of times that's all they need. Some people will say make your hands bigger and whatnot. I don't think that's effective. I don't think it works. It might work for somebody. I think if you just stand up, don't back down, don't turn around, don't run, and you'll be fine against a brown bear. Last month, I made a viral Instagram reel, got like 20 million views, and the #1 comment on that video was, do you know who Timothy Treadwell was? Well, apparently you don't, and I'm gonna give you a little history lesson on why Timothy Treadwell was killed. Treadwell was a guy who was a little nuts. He believed the bears were his friends. Any self-respecting bear guide or photographer will know that bears are wild, they are not your friends. Treadwell was killed in October. That is when bears are in hyperphagia. That means their food source is running out and they are looking to get as much food in as possible. This is when they become a little more aggressive, and that is when you don't want to go to Katmai. You won't be able to find any tour guides that will give you a trip in Katmai in October or later, because bears are more aggressive, and that is because their food source is low. Timothy Treadwell camped on a sentry trail, which is a common trail that bears have been using for years, and he put his tent right on there. He's harassed the bear that killed him multiple times. It didn't make sense what he did. It almost felt like a suicide by bear, and some people believe that the only way Timothy Treadwell was going to leave a legacy was to get killed and make a name for himself that way. If you visited Katmai back then when he was alive, you might have seen him running around being really inappropriate with bears, and he just was a person that truly was a little lost in his head. His common sense didn't exist. So now I hope you guys know a little bit more about bears. I hope that this video helped you understand some things, understand the difference between brown bears and grizzly bears. To reduce your chances of being attacked, don't run from a bear. Try to stay in groups and stand your ground against bears. Bear deterrent like bear spray is going to be more effective than not having anything. I think a gun is absolutely the last resort. When your life feels completely lost, threatened, that is when you want to pull a gun out. But I just think that overall there is a safe way to photograph bears, and that's what I do here in Kodiak, Alaska. Check out my website, KrisLuckPhoto.com, for some prints and some more viewing. You can follow me on Instagram, KrisLuckPhoto, or Facebook, KrisLuckPhotography. If for some reason, Joe Rogan, that you see this video, my friend Scott Stone is a professional bear guide in Katmai National Park, and him and I talked about giving you a free trip. We'd fly you out and give you a free camping trip with brown bears in beautiful Katmai, Alaska. I think you would have an awesome time. So many people commented and mentioned you in my Instagram reel, so that's why I made this video, to clarify things from the weird comments that I got, and also to get you to come out to Katmai, Alaska, and camp with the brown bears. Hey guys, just jumping in here and letting you guys know that you don't need to be a photographer or someone famous to join a awesome experience on a camp with Scott Stone. He offers day trips and full 4-night camps with bears in Katmai, Alaska. It's an awesome experience that you don't want to miss. If you're interested, here's his website right here. I'll leave you with that, and trust me guys, if you do it, it'll be the best experience of your life. Back to video. If you want to see the full YouTube video where my Instagram reel went viral, click this video right up here. Spent a day with the Katmai brown bears and had some awesome footage and some great photos for you to check out in that video. That's all I got for you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.